Hey members, I'm Bailey Chambly and welcome to May. As we know, things look a little bit different right now, but what's important is that we are here for you for support, communication through these challenging times, providing useful tips and information to help you out in any way that we can. So let's get started. So we're all spending a lot more time at home these days, so we actually put together a little member Q&A for our department heads to see some helpful information and tips for you while you're at home, maybe to help get you through this time. So we actually have, first up, for Scott Riley, the head golf professional, members want to know what is the best way that they can improve their pitching at home for the upcoming season.
Hey everybody, Scott Riley, head golf professional, Philadelphia Country Club. Coming to you to talk today about pitching. And it's so important to think about how your golf club works while you're pitching. And a lot of times people don't even think about it, but shaft angle is really what we're going to be focusing on today. So when you set up, you think about the shaft being vertical. The more you get it leaned towards the target, the more loft you're taking off this club. So even if it's just that setup, but at impact, if you're returning it that way, you've de-lofted the club. As a result, it's going to go lower, it's going to tend to go a little bit further, it's going to have less spin, so your ball's going to continue to go across the greens. When we're pitching, you really want to use all the true loft of that club. So if you set up very neutral like this, we want you to work to get back to here. Work back to neutral. Okay? So avoid letting the club head go too far past you and avoid having your hands too far ahead. At impact, try to get this shaft back to neutral. Okay? Here we're practicing in the backyard. We've got 3 targets, 10 yards, 20 yards, 30 yards. Great way to practice here. And what I really want you to specifically to focus on is trying to land the ball on these towels. Okay? You can add a little point value. 1, 2, 3. If you can land it on the furthest one, you might want to give yourself a little bit more of a bigger target. But the key being is why we get in trouble on the golf course so much is we start looking at the flag all the time. And as a result, that's what we give ourselves as the target, is the flag. And a lot of times what happens is people pitch the ball, it flies too far, it ends up hitting close to the flag and then rolls all the way across the other side of the green. So if you think about it and you got these towels, that's essentially what you want to do when you're on the golf course, is aiming for a spot. So it might just be the start of the green and then let your ball roll out. So as the greens get harder, specifically middle of the summer, try to get the ball to just land on certain spots like the beginning of the green. So here we're gonna pitch a few and we'll see how we do to our target. A great way to practice. I'm gonna try to get the shaft back to neutral. Just missed there. You might want to give yourself a point if it gets pretty close. A little too far there, and we might pick it up and go a little further now. Just start adding a little speed there, a little longer swing when you want to get a little better height. That's all you're going to be doing. Go a little further. There's nice neutral, back, and you get the point. You just work your way up for those distances. So work on your short game that way. Think about your shaft position, try to get neutral, and it can greatly help. I'll see you soon.
Very interesting, Scott. Thank you so much. Okay, next up we have for Joel Baker, the fitness center manager. Members want to know, do I actually have to warm up and cool down when I do my daily workout? And if I do, why?
Thanks, Bailey. To answer your question, I'm going to give you a short answer and a little bit longer answer. The short answer is yes, we do want to warm up before and cool down after our workouts. Warming up beforehand, whether we are in the weight room or on the golf course or about to go for a swim or play tennis, warms the muscles up, decreases chance of injury, increases sports performance, decreases sensations of fatigue, and gets you ready to play. That being said, if you cool down afterwards, you can, through a 10-minute small walk on either the treadmill or the golf course, you can decrease blood lactate levels by over half. Blood lactate is just a byproduct of exercise, and decreasing that will increase your ability to recover quickly. After you do that, I would encourage you to stretch. Isometric stretching afterwards is shown to decrease soreness and sensations of delayed onset muscle soreness, that nice painful feeling we get 2 days after we exercise. Sometimes the next day. The longer answer is, you don't need to do anything, but I highly encourage it. A lot of professionals really recommend that you spend some time warming up and cooling down. Nobody's going to say you can't play your sport because you haven't warmed up or cooled down, but in the long run, I think it'll become apparent who is warming up and cooling down. Sometimes our schedule just doesn't permit it, so some movement is better than no movement, but anytime you can, just invest that little extra time into your workouts and reap the benefits. Have a great day.
And lastly, we have for the executive chef, Chef Fritz. Members want to know, Chef, do you have any ideas or tips to keep in mind for outdoor cooking as the days get warmer and we continue to enjoy spring?
Hi, I'm Chef Fritz here at the Philadelphia Country Club, and I'm here to talk to you about outdoor cooking. What are the various things you got to watch out for? Give you some pointers to make sure that whatever you're going to do, whatever grill, this is our grill, our barbecue pit, which we have here. That's wood fired. You maybe have an electric one. All of those are very suitable for what I'm talking to you about. The very first thing is to make sure that your protein is at room temperature. You do not want to barbecue or grill any items directly from the refrigerator. Make sure you set it out for an hour or two in the kitchen. Let it get to room temperature. It gives you a much better product. Secondly, you also want to make sure seasoning and marinations. If you cook a steak and you just want to make a dry seasoning on there, that's perfect. But if you want to marinate it, like for example you do a carne asada or whatever, you maybe want to do that overnight or at least for a couple of hours. Next thing is slow and low. What does it mean? I use slow and low for large cuts like a brisket, or you would do short ribs. However, if you're going to do a steak, you maybe want to go with higher heat, shorter period of time, because it gives you a nice caramelization and a nice sear factor on your steak, which gives a nice flavor to the meat. Cooking temperature is definitely something you want to watch out for. Use your thermometer to make sure that you have the right cooking temperature, and we will have that posted on our website. And then last thing but not least, even if it's a brisket or if it's a steak, make sure you let it rest. Give it a couple of minutes depending how large the item is. If I have a brisket, I'm most probably going to wrap it and let it rest for about 2 hours. If it's a steak, anywhere from about 5 to 10 minutes is fine. Hope you have a great success, enjoy, and have a flavorful day.
Well, that wraps us up for the month of May. These are certainly interesting times that we're all living through right now, but what's important is that we stay connected and we stay safe so that we can all get through this together. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Bailey Chambly, and I'll see you next time.